Alright, so listen. This is the first time. Not the first time. Alright, so listen. This is like the third time I've recorded this thing, but I feel like now it's gonna be the best one because it's the morning and no one's here. So, I get to do this all alone. I could yak more. So realistically, I want to talk about my my manager. So not my manager, but a manager of a different department. I had a go at on one of my videos. I was like, this guy is such a fuckwit because he doesn't have good communication skills. And that shit pisses me off. Good communication skills is, I think, an essential for, running a business type shit. You need it. You need a fucking, you need to have good communication skills. But I finally understand why he hasn't been listening to me and he's been, kind of just like fucking me around because like, yeah, I feel like a lot of the time he's just like telling me to do shit which, beginners would do or like, it's just dumb shit, you know what I mean? But I finally figured it out. It's because I'm working in a place where it's like, it's very, there's not the most smartest people. There's a lot of slow people, a lot of people that aren't very good at the job. So I finally figured out why. And it's like, it makes sense why he's like kind of being like a bit of a moron. Like, do this, do that, blah, blah, blah. It makes sense. It finally makes sense. Because before I was like, oh, this is kind of dumb. Like you're kind of being a bit of a moron. And yet, like, I was kind of just having a go at him, like, yeah. Like, and I was like telling my coworkers, like, yeah, this guy has been like a bit of a dickhead for some reason. I don't know why. But now it all makes sense. It all makes fucking sense. Um, like, you gotta stop listening. Like, when you work in an environment with a bunch of morons, you can't just listen to them because I tend to listen to a lot of people and get nowhere. Like, I'm like, oh, where's this one? Knowing exactly where it is. So I went to a new store. I knew that this specific item usually is not with every other item, but it looks like it is. So I'm like, oh, where's this one? Just to be like, oh, maybe it is with these ones, but it might be with the ones that I thought. And it was. And he's like, oh, it's with these items. I looked, and guess what? I walked across the entire fucking store just to see, oh, it's not with these items because why would I fucking ever listen to you, moron? It's not their fault, who gives a fuck? It's a supermarket job. Who gives a shit, realistically? But when you know what you're talking about and people don't listen to you, it's very irritating. But I now realize you got to prove yourself. You can't just get what you want. You can't just, you know what I mean? Like you gotta work to get that status, I guess, because it doesn't just come for free. But I feel like it should come for me because I've been working here for a decent amount of time. There's a reason why I got normal, consistent hours at this place. It's because I know what I'm fucking doing. So, you guys can get lost. Um, yeah, I tend to listen to people too much, and like I I do think that you can communicate with people and get better and better. I do think that's the case, but at some point you got to realize like maybe your ideas are the best, and this is why you don't listen to anyone because they're all shit. So I understand why he doesn't listen to me because he thinks I'm shit. But I think slowly and steadily he's gonna start listening to me, and slowly and steadily he's gonna treat me like a normal fucking dude. You know what I mean? Like Jesus Christ, pisses me off that he just instantly treated me like poo. But maybe I was given too much of a good good rep straight off because this is the second place I worked at, and everyone's like, "Oh, Ben, you're like the goat, bro." But I'm like, I'm all right. I know I'm the fucking goat. Like, shut the fuck up. I know what I'm talking about. But you gotta act humble, otherwise you'll look like a moron. But I tend to also not act humble at all. I tend to go like, oh yeah, you know, I like they'll be like, oh bro, if we didn't have you, like we'd be fucked. I'm like, I know. I don't I don't intentionally do it, but I just do it, and it's so corny. It's so fucking cringe. Anyway, let's see if that works. See ya.